Oh shit, where's my headphones? Here they are. All right, welcome back to the Bad Slave podcast. Going absolutely mad at the moment. Um, Brixton Jesus passing through any minute now. So hopefully he's going to turn up in a second. We're running a little bit late, but yeah, we wanted to continue where we left off the other night. So we was talking about among many things, but mostly we was talking about the Africa Bambata situation. We got into some stuff. We got into a video from what's his name? Sorry, from Hassan Campbell, also known as Poppy. So we got into some of his. I did have the video. Let me see if I still have it up here. So I tried to not clear my search history, but due to it literally like running the system slow, I kind of had to delete a few things. I don't think I have that one. So, but there is other stuff that was gonna get into anyway. Because we're gonna after this we're gonna move into the what this was really about in the first place was the UK collaborators. So the people in the UK that have been in league with Africa Bambaataa when he was at his prime. Yeah. And we're gonna get into all that later, or as soon as we can actually. But yeah, hopefully Brixton Jesus turns up. Yeah, but in the meantime, let me just get up one of these videos because that's what I'm saying. We had a whole load of videos we were trying to get through the last episode, and we didn't really get through much. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, last episode was crazy. Yeah, absolutely crazy. So we had to do it again. So let me just. So this is a video. In fact, I'm not sure if this was what we were watching yesterday. I'm not too sure. But anyway, this video is called Chuck D of Public Enemy praises Africa Bambaataa. Should he be cancelled? And now, before I even say too much, before I even start, sorry, like Chuck D is somebody that I've always had respect for because he's one of them artists from the States who has actually gone out his way. He's played my music on his radio show. I've linked up with Public Enemy on numerous occasions over the years when they've come to London and different places around the UK. Solid people, especially when it comes down to nurturing the next generation of hip hop artists. So this is no attack on Chuck D character. However, in this time, it's a sensitive subject, and obviously KRS-One, he got himself into a lot of drama over this as well. It's a sensitive subject to be praising these kind of people, with all their victims out there. But anyway, I don't know if I've even watched this video yet, but it might even be the one we had on the other
Now,
day.
as most of you know, the funeral for African Bambaataa was held last week in the Bronx. I ain't gonna really get too much into that because I decided to do a separate video on it. But in the wake of Africa Bambaataa's passing, Chuck D commented on the legacy of Africa Bambaataa as it pertains to hip hop. And this is what he says. And this comes from according to hip hop. Chuck D reacts to the passing for Africa Bambaataa. Fact and truth, one of the founders of hip hop. I'm keeping it to the culture and thankful for the grace he gave me and my crew, and the accomplishments that so many built upon. I'll leave it there. As I was always taught, never be quick to condemn, always be slow to judge. Rest in peace. Now, Chuck D,
So,
he's one of the
so
few.
what this guy read is what Chuck D said. Now, I don't know what people think of it, but you can see how that can be interpreted as something hugely problematic. This is no disrespect to Chuck D. Like, big up Chuck D. He's played my music on his radio show, so it's not even like I'm not trying to go at Chuck D. But you can understand how people can view this as extremely problematic. You know, never be quick to condemn, always be slow to judge. It's quite interesting. A lot of these tributes have things like this in them. You know, a lot of these tributes, and it's like they like to stress, okay, he did this, he did many great things, and then when it comes down to actually referring to what he was accused of, it's very vague. And you know, people can sit there and say, you know, we don't want to condemn them, he's dead, we don't want to talk bad about him, but you know, you could have said something in the last however many years which he wasn't dead. But that's not me criticizing the hip-hop community as a whole. That's just a lot of people are trying to jump on that. Oh, how come he's dead now? Everyone wants to say something, and that's not true. They've been saying stuff. They've been saying stuff for a very long time.
Few rappers in recent times to really say anything about Africa Bambaataa. The other person was Karis One. He said some positive things to say about Africa Bambaataa, but for the most part, the
So I don't know what he said. Is KRS One has made some sort of tribute? I haven't seen that, but maybe he's referring to the previous video that KRS One made, which we can play later on as well. I haven't seen any tributes from KRS One, and that's probably because the backlash he got off the last time he defended Africa Bambaataa. That, do you know what? Yeah, like, and that's another. Do you know what's the worst thing is? KRS One's another hip hop legend that's always shown respect, always, like, you know what I mean, gone out his way to, you know what I mean. But this sort of stuff is damaging to careers. Is that Brixton Jesus in the building? I think Brixton Jesus in the building still. Come on. Come on. Yeah. You've come out a good. Do you know what? Let me just. I might have to take my headphones out, you know, because it's just sounding.
No. Don't take your headphones out. Keep your headphones in, bro.
Yeah, it's just sounding a bit. Everything's sounding a bit quiet for me. I don't know why.
Is it my mic that's low?
All right, so you haven't really missed much anyway. I've just been playing this video where the guy is talking about Chuck D defending Africa Bambaataa. He's also mentioned KRS One. I don't know. I haven't seen this video before. I haven't seen it, so I don't know where it's going. It could be going leaning towards defense of Bambaataa. I don't know, but I'm gonna continue playing it, and then we can get into.
The hip hop artists, pretty much, at least from Chuck D's generation, have been quiet and everything because nobody pretty much wants all the baggage and smoke attached to defending Africa Bambaataa. Rightfully so. Who wants to be associated with somebody with those allegations? Now, I'm going to mention allegations a lot here because, one, Africa Bambaataa was never arrested for these violations.
I'm going to have to stop it there.
No. Do you know why he has to say that? To indemnify himself of liability, reckless endangerment of the truth, slander, defamation of character, or things that that Africa Bambaataa's estate could potentially sue him for if he doesn't make that clear. I'm talking about this guy talking right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. But I don't think he's saying it because of that. Oh. I'm hearing a lot of people using the word allegations, and they're, you know, remember, Jimmy Savile, it's all allegations for Jimmy Savile as well. You get me? Everything of Jimmy Savile is allegations. You get me? But I hear exactly what you're saying.
No, by legal definition, you're 100% correct.
Yeah, but I hear exactly what you're saying. It's true. It's true, and that's why that's why you see with the Piers Morgan thing, what happened with Jay-Z and Beyonce, was it Jay-Z and Beyonce with Jaguar Right? They almost sued Piers Morgan. You get me? So I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of these people, and he's even saying it himself, people born in that era, 1960s and the 1970s, got a different way of looking at the world. And I think he's saying that not because he's worried about getting sued. He genuinely, he ain't fully convinced. I feel like the person who's made this video, he's not fully convinced that African Mbata is a nonce. Yeah, he's still like, well, if because it's up in the air legally, which it isn't. He was found guilty in his absence in a civil trial, and is all of this set. You know what I mean?
Oh, all right. So, all right, there's that, because I actually forgot about that, but he was found guilty, and this is what happens, yeah. Because this is how easily things can happen. If you are facing an allegation and you have your day in court, and for whatever reason you don't attend, whether that is you didn't know, you didn't get the message, you didn't get the post, whatever, yeah, you'll be tried in your absence, and you'll more than likely be convicted in your absence, because
that is true.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, in a civil case, you're gonna lose because you didn't show immediately.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand what I'm saying? Immediately. And you know how I know that?
How?
I took Metropolitan Housing Association took me to court because trying to illegally and unlawfully evict me from the property that I was renting in Brixton, right? But the reason why they kept losing is because they kept relying on me not turning up. Now, the wickedest thing is that they weren't providing no legal aid at the time.
Yeah.
For these kind of civil cases. So if you didn't have any legal competence yourself, you're screwed. You understand? And fortunately for myself, I have been studying the law for myself personally to be able to represent myself in criminal and civil cases in case my representation is misrepresenting me or selling me out to the prosecution. Because that's happened to me before. That's what inspired me to say, no, screw this. I need to learn the law for myself so that if my solicitor is playing in court, I can just say, no, you're dismissed. You're not working, you're not trying to defend me or working in my interest or working in the interest of justice. You need to go. From this point forward, I'll represent myself and I'll come and stand where my defense would stand because I can't defend myself from the dock. I'm no longer considered a ward of the court because I'm no longer being represented. And if you have representation in court, what that means, yeah, it means you are literally considered a child or mental health patient who's not of sound mind or fit to represent themselves.
Yes, yes.
So there's a certain level of sovereignty that comes with representing yourself, but you must know when and when not to do so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've always represented myself in court so far.
Right.
I'm so far.
For me, and my journey has been win some, lose some, but I learned something every time and they could never screw me the same way twice.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie though, I lost some. You get me?
I got fucked over. And it wasn't because I didn't win. For the most part, it's because I didn't have any witnesses.
That's it.
I was just alone with them. I didn't even have anyone in the public gallery. You understand what I'm saying? So
I hear that.
Yeah, anyway, coming back. Come on.
Yeah. Should we get back into this?
Yes.
Go on.
2, he was never tried and convicted for it. So there remain allegations. Granted, there were a lot of people that came out and spoke against Afrika Bambaataa and what he allegedly done, but he was never arrested for it and never tried and convicted for it, never been incarcerated for it.
Do you think that the reason why he was never arrested for it is because the black community's reluctance to work with the police and rather deal with either community justice or even trial by social media?
No, because the community justice would have been jungle justice, and that didn't happen, did it?
It didn't happen, but he did get stabbed. Remember in the video we watched yesterday, he did get stabbed.
Yeah, but really, this man got to live until he was old, fam, outside of the free world and enjoy.
In the same building,
Bro,
in the same building.
he died in the projects.
Yeah. So that is crazy. So what I'm trying to understand, yeah, is do
He
people
was
in
that
New
safe
York?
that he could still live there. This is the issue.
Yeah. So
That's the issue.
what is going on with New York? Has New York changed?
I'm not going to say there's anything new.
No.
In terms of that, that's been from a long time. That kind of nonsense has been going on from. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort out my cameras. That kind of stuff has been going on from when? Because remember that a lot of these allegations are supposed to be taking place from late 70s to like early to mid 80s and beyond. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently.
So, what's going on? What seems to be the issue?
I'm not sure. I can still hear you.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Hold on one sec.
That's it.
It's
No,
still there, man. It's still there.
it was something came up on it because I'm using my my iPhone as the camera today.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot clearer than the webcam. So yeah, he was allowed to just live there until he was old and die. And no, quite frankly, the community should have got him out of there. And when I say got him out of there, I'm not necessarily saying backspace the beat. What I'm saying is he should be exiled from the whole of New York.
Is it a thing though where people in New York don't believe the allegations? Is it a case of more people in New York? I know everyone don't.
The thing is this, yeah. You see when it comes to certain things, and this is what I'll come to find out about even things closer to home. You understand what I'm saying? It's not that people don't believe it, they know. Yeah, they're enablers.
Enablers.
Silence is enablement.
Yeah.
Yeah, turning a blind eye. When we're talking about children and minors, big man, we're not talking about adults of their own free will. When we're talking about children and minors, that is supposed to be.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You're not even supposed to get no exile or nothing. When you're dealing with, when our children aren't safe because of you,
Yeah.
you gotta go.
Yeah.
And I mean removed off the face of the planet. Sent to the shadow realm.
Yeah.
Lava and lightning for reach on a bomber cloud. I'm serious about that because these are our children.
All right, you know what? Because you know what? We can't really talk on America because we ain't there like that. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm talking on America. I lived
No, but we can't.
there. I
No,
lived
but I
over
mean,
there. I've got sisters
Yeah.
that were born and grew up over there. I've got family over there. I got holy.
But
I'm saying
none of us know what is going on.
No. Fuck all of that.
Yeah.
I am Bengi Rastafari. All of the children of the world are my children. These are our children. When it comes to
this, because we're going to talk about someone's picnic now.
Go on.
We're going to talk about someone's picnic now because let me just get this up now because it's just a bit of a mad one how this Zoom works. I'm not very good with Zoom, but you get me. We get the gist of what this guy is saying. He's talked to the guy in the video. He's talked about Chuck D, and he's basically saying how Van Butter's not been convicted, and I imagine he's going to go on, and he's going to go on. But I've seen loads of these videos from America talking about it from an American point of view, and in England there's been reports of things, but it's very people are very cagey with this information, and it's only recently they've started letting more of it out. Now this, Can you see this? Sorry, I don't know if it can. If it's
all right. Take your
hold on a
time.
minute. Yeah, are we? Are we here? Hold on. I'm just making sure. All right. So basically, that guy, he's the beatboxer. He was with London Posse. Now he's called Sepro. Yeah. Now, let me just get this screen up again so I can actually read it for myself, because it is really. So it says, you know what? I'm going to read it off my phone because the writing is too small. I can't even read it. All right. I'm going to read it from my phone. Sorry, I should have been a bit more organized, man, but
That's all right, man.
you get me.
It's all right. I can read it. It's blurry, but I can read it.
Yeah, read it out.
Remember some of my screens them and them thing there now. All right, so
That's it.
R.I.P. Is it Cypho? Cipho?
Something like Sepro, Cypho. Now, don't no
Okay,
disrespect
Cipho.
people that I don't get the name right, because this brother was before my time. Yeah, big him up still. He made a big impact when he was around. He was before my time, innit? So that's why I'm not familiar with him. I'm familiar with London Posse, but I'm not familiar with him.
All right, so respect on his name. We don't know if his name is Cipho or Cipho. All right, but it's Sipho.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Cipho, human beatbox, who took his life after Africa Bambaataa molested him. R.I.P. to him. All you people mourning Bambaataa, or as I call him, Bambati, is a nonce of the Zulu nation. It just disappeared, bro. What happened?
Sorry, that was my bad. I'm going to show you something else, though.
Oh, we got the message. That's what she's saying.
I'm going to show you. This is another video, yeah? So this is a video that's basically been doing the rounds, right? So who is this? You know, recognize who this is? Who's driving the car? Tim Westwood.
Bro, I can't. Oh, Tim Westwood is driving this car, yeah? Okay. Yeah, that's Tim Westwood.
Yeah.
Is that Cipho in the back? Yeah, it's Cipho on Bionic.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's just having a little free, just a short little video. There ain't really nothing, you know, there's nothing incriminating as such in the video, but you get me? That's the young boy, innit? Right? Now, he is meant to have been, like, I don't know the full story. There was another screenshot I had where someone was saying he was touched by Bambaataa, yeah? Another one said he had been raped. So you get me? So something's happened. Apparently, well, not apparently, he killed himself. Don't know when he killed himself. This is what I heard. And he wrote a note where he called out certain members of the UK hip hop, or I don't know who he called out in it, but apparently people were named in this.
When we asking the questions of where the suicide note is, bro.
That's what I've been asking. I've been asking that. And you know, it's a bit strange. It's like, mate, I'm not being funny. If such a thing exists, yeah, like if you found that,
where is it?
Why would you be hiding it?
Yeah, who's trying to?
So that's it. That's as far as I've got. That's as
where's the source of information that said the suicide note exists?
Again, it's something that has been floating around, you know, and even second and third hand information. So there might not be a suicide note. Do you get what I mean? But I've heard that there is. You understand? But we can only go with what we know. The fact that this guy has committed suicide. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is why I got both my computers on right now, because I'm about to look up this guy and see if I can find any articles.
It's very hard to find any information.
No, I just want to see. There must be an article with his death reported at least. So that will tell us.
Have a look.
Seriously, it's
I've tried to
definitely.
do a bit of research. I've not found much.
Wow.
I tell you, I tell you what I did find. I'll find something. Hold on. I got to get off the phone, but
Seapo Human Beatbox, Bionic MC, Seapo Discography. Don't see part of a wiki page, bro.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Nah, human. Yeah, nah, they don't. They don't. Only London Posse. That's weird. So you don't.
Yeah. Okay. So this is from right. This is a post, right? This is not incriminating anyone, by the way.
Mhm.
This is a post. This is one of the only things I found about him was a tribute post from Blade, right? And he says this post was on the 11th of April, so it's all recent stuff, right? And he says, I know my feelings about this, but I choose not to share it publicly. And I know more than most of you, as some of us were about when a lot was going on. And we have friendships with people that have been right in the mix with all this. But again, that is not for public consumption unless those who enlighten me choose to speak on it themselves. Till
No.
then, I'll just leave it there. R.I.P. CPRO. We won't let the world forget you as long as we have breath in our lungs, right? And then
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like things like that, bro. Why even
don't
say?
like, don't like what?
Why even say anything?
Well, like I said, I can.
Are you gonna talk the things or not? Like, if you're not
Yeah.
gonna,
Well, and
why
then
even-
someone in the comments, someone has written, "One day the real story will come out." So I'm like, I don't understand. What is this story you lot are sitting on? Because I've heard too many people mention this story and mention it. What is the story that so many people are aware of and know about and are keeping to themselves? And most people's reaction is, "Oh, don't worry, wait for it." You know what I mean? Wait for it. Wait for what? What are we waiting for exactly? Do you know what I mean?
I
So yeah,
mean,
that's what I've got from there.
this
And
is
then
one
there
of
was another comment which I could probably actually get up here.
no matter what, no matter how young and naive I was never overly fanned out by any high profile people, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Never. Because
yeah,
um I know this industry is weird and a lot of weird shit goes on. Yeah. And the deeper you get into it, the more weird shit that you see. I was only at the point where I was starting to get invited to parties where I start seeing weird shit and decided I'm leaving. Do you understand what
yeah,
I'm saying? Yeah, but that was enough for me, bro. And I
So
was 19 when I started seeing that shit. And I was like, because when I saw it, I already knew what it was because I'd already done my research and I already knew about this kind of stuff. I didn't expect to find myself in that environment though. And when I'm saying that environment, I didn't see no Diddy shit go. Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
But I saw some shit. I
Mm.
definitely saw some. I never saw nothing gay, but I did see some freaky shit, and I did see a mountain of cocaine on the table. That if I took a handful, would be enough to come back and just feed the block. You understand? Yeah. But you have to understand that these kind of environments are there to separate people who move like that from people who don't. You
Oh,
understand?
what, bro? Them sorts of places, yeah, are tests.
Right.
So they're the sort of places. Is can you walk into a place, seeing a whole heap of drugs on the table and not lose yourself? Do you get me? Can you walk into a place, see a whole heap of whores, yeah, and not? You get me? And still, because that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for the person who
What's
can
that?
walk in and walk
Yes,
out.
but bro, cocaine and whores.
Mm-mm-mm.
Some of the baddest bitches I've ever seen in my life. Already knew my name, already knew who I was. That's when I knew that this was a setup, bro, because
You see
I
it?
was nobody at that point, bro.
That's it.
You like, it's not to say that I wasn't getting my name out there and whatnot, rare, but nobody in this world don't know who I am. Yeah, I'm not that dumb to believe that. Do you understand what I'm saying? They know I'm on the radar.
Yeah.
That's why I'm at the party. I'm on the radar. I'm just about on the radar at this point. I'm getting the person who brought me to the party showed me 4 contracts. Yeah. And I was shrewd enough to tell him that before he offered me any contracts, I'm not interested in signing any kind of recording contract. Publishing and distribution only. Give me my budget, I'll go and record at a studio of my own choice. I'm not recording at your studio, so you can charge me how much and tell me you have to recruit that and I have to pay that back. No. Do you understand what I'm saying? Publishing and distribution only. The man came back with 4 360 contracts. And it's like he didn't expect me to read it. And when I picked up the contract, because he just had it on the thing to sign. So obviously it's a few pages in. And he's handed me the pen. And I pushed the pen back and I've picked up the contract and he's like, grab my wrist. I can't tell you what happened immediately after that. Yeah. In public domain, but what I will say is that it didn't take me very long to convince him to take his blood clot honor from me. Yeah. And for everybody in the room to stand in one corner where I can see everybody while I'm reading these.
Yeah.
And I sat down and I read the first few lines of every contract. And then I said, first of all, I told you I'm not signing a contract. I'm in a situation where everybody's in one corner where I can see them because there's big security and all these kind of, everybody's in one corner. Yeah, nobody ain't moving from there until I decide that they're moving. I had to make sure that I prepared myself to be in a position to kind of handle that situation like that when I went up there because I knew that I was walking into the den of iniquity. And when you walk into the den of iniquity, you need to make sure that you have the means to summon lightning and lava. And I want to know that. Not just from you saying so, but demonstration. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is why we have to be careful about how we speak and all these kind of things. But when you know that you're in a snake pit, you're in dangerous environments. I know this industry is a dangerous place. And if you don't give people exactly what they want from you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I saw these things and I never saw nothing about publishing, nothing about distribution, nothing about royalties, nothing, bro, about that. I just said,
just bare clauses, just bare
clauses, bro. Yeah. Surely this is after the party. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So they get man waved as well.
Right.
You intoxicated.
Nope. I came there with my own herb.
Yeah.
And I had a little flask on my inside pocket that had my little rum in there. Yeah. I did not drink nothing. I did not eat nothing. Smoke no weed anyone was offering to me. And I did not touch no drugs there. Yeah, I snuck in a bottle of water. So when I was thirsty, I'd drink my water. I was 19 years old, but I'd already been out in the streets for nearly 4 years at this point. Do you understand what I'm saying? I knew you don't eat from people, you don't drink from people, you don't do that in environments, especially when you can feel it's weird, but you just don't do it because that way no one can't poison you, drug you.
100%.
No one can't show you weird pictures of all sorts of fuckery going on when you didn't even know what was going on until I signed that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was my, and after that, I got blacklisted. I was done.
Well, that's what it is at the end of the day. You got to be suggestible. You get me? You got to be the sort of person who can be easily molded. That's what it comes down to it within any kind of entertainment industry. Otherwise, you got to do your own thing, and you got to be good. If you're doing your own thing, you got to be on point, because you ain't got the. You got to think. You see, like Stormzy, right? Big him up, yeah. But see, Stormzy, and this is not me putting him down at all, because Stormzy, I think he's a great artist, yeah. But Stormzy is just any.
I'm not even gonna say that.
No, I'll be honest. Stormzy is any youth from Croydon bus station. You can take them, put them in the studio. You put enough money into them, give them enough of a cushion to just develop this. Yeah, you'll have a banging couple albums off them in a couple years.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? It's not like a case where like he was, you know. And don't get me wrong, like
he was not the best of the best or the most elite of elite. He wasn't.
No, of course, no. Stormzy was just, bruv. Stormzy was just any 16-year-old spitting lyrics on a bus, MC. Do you get me? And that's not to say that, bro. That's not to say that man can't spit.
I would say he was. I would say I'll put him a bit above that, but not much.
I don't know. I don't think it was necessarily. It wasn't necessarily his. Like, you know, it was Stormzy, yeah.
What I would say is this:
he's definitely got the charisma to carry him. He's got the charisma to carry him through, and he's got and especially how even when he was young, he's a tall guy, and he's a big guy. He looked like a big man when he was like 19, yeah. So he's got the charisma to carry him through. As far as being an artist, a lot of these artists, bruv, if you listen to a lot of these rappers aren't even rappers. So you got to think, bruv, a lot of these people, like even Fredo's considered one of the top UK rappers, yeah. You get me? He's considered one of the top UK rappers. He ain't been rapping for that long. I remember when he first started, and it weren't like he wasn't shit. Do you get what I mean? But he was just like, you could see the artist finding his feet. Do you know what I mean? And it's like a lot of these artists, it's like you can see after they've been in the game for a couple of years and they get comfortable, the stress of life is taken away and they can just focus on making music. Then you get some good music out of them. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's the benefit of the industry. If you're good and you go in the industry, you get me? You'll be a superstar. If you're average and you go in the industry, they'll tidy you up and get you out there to a certain degree. If you're not fucking with the industry at all, then you got to be on point. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you got to have your musical output has got to be to the level of these man here. But these men have got all day to write their lyrics. Do you know what I mean? They got all day to sit in the studio.
Behind them, they got all sorts of things going on.
That. Do you see what I'm saying?
And what the wickedest thing is as well, this is why the great deception of a lot of signed artists who are marketed as independent and unsigned, because they're still trying to sell our youth a dream.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like all these artists that made it to a certain level, it's almost like there's a script. Yeah. Oh, one day this just happened then.
Yeah.
And I do not know, and I know certain artists that have made it into the industry to a certain level. I don't know a single one that happened for. Oh, one day this just happened and boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Never.
Exactly. So bringing it back to topic then, yeah? Do you think, I don't know nothing about this situation, but do you think, especially the timeline it was late 80s, mid 80s or whatever, yeah? Do you think that in them days people would be so desperate to be put on that that's the kind of thing that could be running? Because I see a comment.
I don't think, Terror, that there was ever a time when people were not desperate enough to do anything to get put on. At what point in the history of entertainment has that ever not been the case?
So do you think, yeah, this shit is going on now within the UK drill scene even? Do you think?
I think the industry full stop, no matter what the genre is. And do you want me to tell you why? Because a lot of people who start at the grassroots try to emulate the industry execs because they want to be moguls.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a perfect example. And this is something that I've experienced where I've been booked to perform somewhere, and it's a showcase. It's not necessarily a paid performance. It's a showcase. I'd already been kind of part semi-retired. I decided wrong and I come back, drop something. Because one thing that I do love more than anything is performing live and interacting with the crowd. I enjoy that more than recording. You understand?
Yeah.
But I'm there. It happened to be in my hometown in Brixton. I'm living in Brixton. A lot of the people, my people, they say, "Come, man, we're gonna go out there and boom, boom, boom." I was like, "Cool." Went there, blew the roof off. That's where I met my second baby mother as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? But yeah, blew the roof off, made their tear. Went there a couple times, same thing every time. Mash up the side for all of that. Met a lot of wonderful people there. But the promoter of that event, yeah, and it wasn't originally her event, it was somebody else's event. They kind of gave it to her to run, and she was running it, and then she was kind of starting to run it in the ground with the practices. So what she would do, she would confirm artists for the showcase and say, okay, you got 2 songs or 3 songs, yeah. Then on the night, a lot of people weren't getting to perform at all because you're overbooking artists so that everybody brings their people so that they can make the minimum bar spend. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that has got nothing to do with the artists. And then after that, they started trying to charge artist entry. I swear to God,
Wow.
that me personally, have never paid entry to perform nowhere. You're either paying me
Bad.
or I just want to get some exercise or I just want to test out some new material.
Well, this is why I stopped performing in London. You know what I mean? And then it got to I stopped performing in London because I found that they were just never going to pay people. And not only were they never going to pay people, they were going to ramp up the disrespect by making artists entourage pay, making man buy their own drinks, and then they were going to top it off by making artists pay to play. And I thought, you know what, London is finished for live music. And then I started. Well, I was performing abroad from 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So I weren't always abroad. Do you know what I mean? But then I also used to perform around the UK. So I perform in like Reading and Devon and, you get me, different parts of the up north and Manchester, Nottingham, Sheffield, Leeds. Do you know what I mean?
I've done these before.
Amsterdam, we fly out to Amsterdam a lot and perform out there. A couple times in Barcelona.
Was it the Beaver Works?
Sorry?
Was it the Beaver Works?
Nah, I performed in, well, you know what it is, I'll be honest with you. In Amsterdam, I've done quite a lot of
Amsterdam, Leeds.
Oh, Leeds. Oh man, I performed in Jesus, where have I performed in Leeds? Fuck knows, man. It's been a long time. I performed in
when I performed in Leeds, it was at the Beaver Works Industrial Estate. Nicky Black,
yeah,
Thingy, and Lethal Bizzle were the headliners. It was at a Halloween weekender back in 2010.
Nice.
It was a great experience. I went up there with Manny Moscow. It was his booking. Trickster sent man up there from Wolftime Records. But I was there to really support him, but I had my own set in between his hour in it. So in between his hour, I had
Leeds is popping off. Leeds pops off for music. What is it? What is it?
It was a good reception. The crowd was great. You understand what I'm saying? But the guy that I went with, he was kind of, it's like he was doing his best to just make the event unpleasant, innit? But it was a good event, man.
He was. Why was he making the event unpleasant?
Do you want me to tell you, dude? I'll tell you that it wasn't even nothing to do with the music. It was over a gal. Yeah, a gal.
He was holding
playing him like Captain Corelli's mandolin. Because I'm not gonna mention the guy's name. I'll tell you what it was. All right, so boom. Somebody who's going to remain nameless because he doesn't have anything to do with what actually happened. He was having a birthday one Saturday night in September 2010 on Brixton Hill. Yeah. So we've gone to one bar on the Brixton Hill. It was called the Roll Call at the time. Gone to the bar in Brixton Hill. And it's me, my man, and Stevie Decibel. Yeah. 3 of us. Yeah. So we've gone, and when I've gone there, I've realized, it's a guy that I went to college with. It's my man. Like, what's going on? You got me? Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, we're there chilling. We see who walks in there. One former glamour model walked in there. Nikita Martin. UK, that girl that was called UK's Black Rose. She was hot, man. Dark skin chocolate thing. But she came in, she walked past, gave me a little smiling thing. I was like, okay. Kind of feeling myself. You know what I mean there? And then later on, we started talking, and she asked if me and some of the guys can sit at the table with her and her friend. And then there was one girl standing in the corner who was tall and good looking, and I just brought her over and sat her in the chat. I didn't even say nothing to her. She was just standing there by herself. I just brought her over, and the three girls are on the opposite end of the table, across from me and my two man, and we're just having a good time. And that girl, I basically threw her, that girl that was on the side, I basically drew her and threw her in my man's lap, and it like, yeah, fam, that's you. You understand? Yeah. And it all kind of worked out. It all kind of worked out because even though at the time, respectfully, Nikita had a man and all of that, she wasn't doing too much. But we had a good time. We were talking. It was all nice and that. She asked me to take some photos with her. I said, all right, cool. You know what I mean? So she took a couple photos and whatnot. The photos are actually on my Facebook, bro. Look at the album on Saturday night in September in my photos, and you'll see them. You'll see the photos, guys. You get me? Those are the photos that she asked to take with me. Yeah, man, I didn't ask to take no photos of her. I wasn't fanning out, but my man was fanning out over her, innit? And I had to tell him, stop that shit, man. You're gonna make us all look me, kind of thing. Now, the reason why I'm saying all of this is because the girl that he met, he ended up linking her and all these kind of things, yeah?
Yeah.
And my man told him that she lived with her mom, but she's grown. You understand what I'm saying? They're both like early 30s, yeah? So she's invited him over. He's gone around there, he's stayed. Slept in her bed and everything, and then told me he didn't do nothing. What the do you mean? She's sexy. Why? She invited you over after a certain time of night. You're sleeping in her bed over, bro. What do you mean you didn't try it? Nigga, you gay? Like, what do you mean? He's like, no, I just said, you know what? I don't even want to hear nothing more about it, man. You're sneaky. You understand? Left it there. And then everywhere that we were going, he kept inviting her. So I'm just like, because he's telling me that she's moving weird and all of that. But she's moving weird. Why do you keep inviting her on the man's missions? Where we're going, she's not your girl and all of that. So you know that this guy, yeah, this guy told her to come to the Halloween weekend in Leeds, yeah? She didn't come up there on the train with us. Me and my man, we got on the train from King's Cross and went up to Leeds and came out of Leeds. And she came to meet us in Leeds, yeah? With some Asian guy that drove her up there that she says is her friend. And she drove up there with him because his sister goes to the local university. This is the excuse. His sister goes to the local university. So he was already coming up here. So she asked him for a ride. He's like, yeah, sure. I don't know why they were both staying in a hotel the night before. But she's come to link my man with her suitcase. And then come to the event with man. I'm looking at my man like, you're really bringing this thing with us, bro. But it was his booking, it weren't mine. So it's like, I'm already there now, innit? I swear to God, if I swear to God, rude boy, you see if he didn't pay for my ticket, I'd pay for my own ticket. I would have told him, give me my fucking money back, bro. I'm going back to London, rude boy. I don't know what the fuck you got going on out here, bro. I came to work. I don't know what kind of monkey shit this is you're doing. Clown shit, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Clown shit. But the thing is, I can't even be mad at her because when you was in her bed, you didn't do nothing. I don't think it's her that was moving weird. I think it was him, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So because of all of that, he feels away. He's just stinking out the whole vibe of the flipping night. You understand what I'm saying? But she's there. I'm just like, what's the point of moving stink while she's there? You're the one that told her to come. You had the opportunity to smash and you didn't. You understand what I'm saying, bro? So even though that's all totally unrelated, really, boys, it's just tangents, man.
No, I hear that. I hear that because you know what it is. No, but you know what I wanted to work because you know, like enough times when I'd be doing performances, either performances, right, or when we would be going up and down the country selling CDs because sometimes we'd go up to, you know what I mean, different cities and stuff. You know, there would always be situations. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of the time, a lot of situations actually, madly enough, used to be people having arguments with their girl on the phone, right? And then ruining their entire day. So sometimes they'd come up to Manchester or somewhere Birmingham or somewhere out of London. They'd be arguing with their girl on the train. They'd get to Birmingham. They wouldn't do any work. They'd spend the whole day on the phone sulking, and then they'd just go back to London with no money. Do you know what I mean? So these sorts of things happen. Do you know what I mean? And that's why eventually I was just doing my thing on my own. I was just traveling around on my own.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you can't link girls and all these kind of things, boy. But when man's going to work, don't bring women if they're gonna have you under a cloud and you're gonna be moving funky all day because you're in your feelings and shit, bro. Because I didn't sign up for that.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't have no women involved in my life coming in making nothing funky. That was a separate part of my life.
Yeah.
If they wanted to come and watch me perform and support me or whatnot, they could. But
speaking of these sorts of things, you brought up the other day. You brought up them influencer girls. I wanted to mention that as well.
Yeah, we need to pick an update, and the girl that got run over is no longer with us. She has been sent to the shadow realm.
Yeah. So what exactly? I haven't looked into it too much. What exactly? What actually happened?
Okay, now I still don't know the exact motive because I want to tackle this because there's something very insidious going on right now. And no one's not talking about it. So I think that we need to, yeah? Right now, all that is being reported and spoken about are sympathetic reports of the poor influencer who was heartlessly run over by this aggressive former X Factor contestant, black woman, okay? And this Polish woman that got run over is being portrayed as a victim rather than the aggressor, who, along with 5 other women, were taking the brakes off of Gabrielle Carrington.
Yeah.
All right. Now, for context for the viewers, Gabrielle Carrington is one of these IG hoes with the BBL and a suspiciously much lighter complexion than she had when she was.
What is her ethnicity? I don't know nothing about these women.
She's a black girl.
She's black. What is she? Fully black or she mixed race?
No, I don't. No, I think she's she's a black girl. X Factor Day, she was black.
Oh,
but years later, bit of Vibes Cartel, Cape Soap action, I think, is going on. Yeah. So what's happening? Because all right, what it is there's an aesthetic, yeah, that a lot of these whores are going for. These social media whores, okay, calling themselves influencers and IG models whores, okay. A lot of them are going for this racially ambiguous but appearing to be a light-skinned baddie look. And what's happening is that European non-melanated women and melanated women are meeting in the middle, where some are tanning and darkening themselves, and some are bleaching and lightening themselves. Yeah. And they're meeting in the middle with the melanated girls straightening their hair and the white girls curling their hair so that they can all look like this light-skinned Instagram baddie, getting the BBLs atop.
I see. So this Polish one, so she was blackfishing basically.
blackfishing. She wasn't blackfishing. That's not what it is anymore.
No.
No, that's not what it is anymore. It's the aesthetic, the racially ambiguous, darker than typically white, lighter than typically black. That is the thing that both sides are going for. It's crazy when you see.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Meeting in the middle.
Yeah,
like, you don't want to be too dark,
but none of you don't look like what you
want to be a bit
born as.
Yeah.
Without all those things that you did to yourself.
Yeah.
So, giving some context, Gabrielle Carrington is a former X Factor contestant and current IG whore. Yeah. Claudia, we don't know nothing about her prior to being an IG whore. Okay. And I say whore because if your sexualized image is all you sell of yourself, or mostly what you sell of yourself, that's what you are. I don't care how anyone feels about it. Do you understand? That's what it is. All right.
I don't know the details of. I don't know exactly who was, but it was.
Bro, these
transactions were made anyway. Transactions had been made anyway.
These are Instagram whores, bro.
Transactions had been made. People had flown out to Dubai, bro. If you get me,
listen, we know what you look like as soon as we see. We know what you are as soon as we see you.
Yeah, once you fly out to Dubai, that's it. It's a wrap.
If as far as I'm concerned, any woman that has been in any Arab Emirates country for any reason is an automatic write-off. And that doesn't mean I'm saying that you did anything over there. If I know that you've been over there.
Fucking hell. But
I'm not saying you've done anything. I'm not saying I'm assuming you've done anything. I'm write-off to me.
Yeah.
What
have a very good explanation.
All the places in the world that you could go.
Yeah,
and you're not doing no Mecca. You
true.
understand what I'm saying?
I ain't seen no one going over there and embracing Arab
culture. Not doing no Hajj.
No, I've not seen many people embracing Arab culture over there. I'm seeing people dressing Western, you know what I mean? Snapping on Instagram. So, yeah.
And a lot of people getting in trouble for not respecting the laws of the land.
Of course.
Male and female. So, sticking back to the subject now, Gabrielle Carrington was at a club, Mayfair, West End. Claudia was with 5 other women. These 5 women, along with Claudia, 6 in total, attacked Gabrielle Carrington, were beating the brakes off her. And bear in mind, a lot of these women, they're not little slim, little Tinkerbell. They're thick. They got a
Mampy women.
No.
Big mampy women.
No, not big mampy women.
What are they?
Body.
Strong.
You understand? Some BBL, some maybe natural, but women with meat on their bones, not fat.
With size behind them. So they got size, so when they're throwing them punches,
arms that can do damage if they're fucking all attacking one woman, bro.
Yeah.
Look like, and Polish women are strong.
They are.
You understand what I'm saying? They grew up on proper food over there.
Yeah, they know how to throw hands in Poland.
Yeah, and not only that, like if you got your dad in the house, they're doing work around the house with dad as well.
It's true.
They're not just raised to be little princesses.
Yeah.
They're raised to be functional and they're raised to be balanced. You understand? So they'll help around and it's normal for them. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And I see this in places very often outside of England and America. Women in the community have to muck in. You understand what I'm saying? We just don't give them the majority of the hard labor. Yeah. So what's happened is there's rumors that it's over a man, but I haven't seen that as a motive. And it is something that's outrageous because she's by herself. You didn't confront her to fight one-on-one. All 6 of you rushed her. Men who were there repeatedly separated the melee. But you have to remember that in an environment like that, most men aren't stupid. For the most part, we're just going to let the girl then rush each other and beat each other up for the most part. And the reason why is because we're not stupid. We'll try to do certain things to keep the peace and separate the things. And then women will accuse us of touching them up and these kind of things. Yeah. Oh, he inappropriately touched me and da-da-da-da-da. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. fight it out if you want to. Men do not owe these women who do not know how to behave outside in the public. We do not owe them no kind of protection. You understand what I'm saying?
So yeah. So basically, they've attacked the woman.
They've attacked her multiple times, got her on the floor, stomped her out multiple times.
Okay,
She's attempting to flee. I'm saying this as I'm watching the video.
Yeah.
She's attempting to flee. More than once, she's tried to open her car door. She should not be driving. She was over the drink drive limit. However, she's attempting to flee.
Yeah.
A little bit of background. Yeah. Videos and footage are out there of posts that she's made herself on social media. Gabrielle Carrington, we are talking about, going through clear mental health episodes. The gal is mad as a box of frogs.
Yeah, I see a video where she's talking to Satan or something like that. Have you seen that video?
Right. Yeah. And she's saying that she's mad.
Yeah.
And she's been sectioned. She's been sectioned. Yeah. So when we're talking about somebody who has publicly stated they have mental health issues, there is proof she's been diagnosed and she's been sectioned. Yeah. That means involuntarily detained in a mental health hospital against your own will because you're deemed to need treatment because you are crazy.
Yes. All right, then. So the woman that died, yeah? Right? Yeah. Right. So the woman that died, did she die? Was she standing on the pavement and the car swerved into her?
No, this is what was happening because I'm play by play. Yeah. You see, as this Gabrielle Carrington is attempting to flee and trying to open her door, the girls are still trying to rush her, and that woman Claudia is shutting the door on her so that she can't get in her car, slamming the door on her so she can't get in her car, trying to hit her with the car door. Yeah. She's deliberately obstructing every attempt she's making to get away. And then after that, because remember, she's already beat her up in 5 other women. They've already stomped her out with their heels. Now this woman is trying to get away, and you're slamming the car door, like trying to trap her hands in the door, trying to trap her in the door so she can't get away. This is a woman who is mad. Yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, because I'm not defending nobody. What I'm highlighting is what the press is
because I've got some questions. I've got some questions.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So what happens is that this idiot, yeah, this is you know that I do this thing in today's episode of Natural Selection. This is a case of that. Because after assaulting her with 5 other women, stomping the shit out of her with your heels and shit, doing her harm and making her basically be in fear of her life, because any woman would be in a situation like that. Yeah? You then walk across the front of her car. Like what? She can't run you over.
Hold on a minute. So this is what I'm saying. Hold on.
Wait, I'm telling you. Hold on a minute. You're gonna ask what happened.
Hold on. Because I haven't paid no attention. You understand? I have not paid any attention to this story. Yeah.
I've seen the video.
Right, but here what?
Yeah.
You're telling me she stood in front of the woman's car.
Listen.
She stood in front of the woman's car.
This is what I'm saying to you, Tara.
So why? So hold on. So what is? Hold on. Let me. Hold on. So hold on. Are we supposed to be condemning this woman for running her over? Or are we meant to be mourning the woman that got run over? I'm confused.
Just let me finish telling you what happened. Yeah?
I'm baffled.
Just let me finish telling you what happened.
Go on.
I'm telling you what happened. I'm describing it in detail for you. You keep asking me questions that will be answered in the description I'm giving you. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm telling you the order of things. You've rushed her multiple times after it's been broken up, multiple times. A sustained beating this woman took. You understand? Yeah? She's trying to get into her car. The same woman who ended up getting run over, you're slamming her car door on her. Why the hell does this camera keep moving? Just stay on me, man. Fuck. Yeah? She's basically got to ask me. Then she's walked across her car, watching this woman get in her car and get behind the wheel, like she's looking at her through the windshield. You walk across her vehicle, yeah? You move from in front of her, you like she can't run you, like you're a barrier between her car. Then you move from in front of the car to go and stand just to the left of the car, not in a safe place, and turn your back after what you did,
She turned her back.
bro. And she's standing up there chatting and kicking like say everything nice.
And
Now,
hold on.
I am not saying that I support the girl running her over. But this woman has so many chances after beating the girl up several times to go back home alive.
When she got run over, yeah, were people still trying to get into the car?
At that point, the girls were kind of still trying to get at her.
They're still trying to get at her.
Yeah.
So why has this woman stood in front of her car for?
She wasn't standing in front of the car. She's been stupid enough to walk across the front of the car, at which point she could have got run over then. Yeah. But she's moved across the car and could have stood just to the left of the car.
Okay.
And just stood there and turned her back and chatting to people like, say everything's fine.
Yeah. She didn't have her wits about her. So the woman, as she's pulled out, she's just turned straight into her. She's
locked the wheel and hit the gas.
Oh, right. Seen. So she's just gone straight into her. Did the woman go under the car?
Forward, reversing. She's locked the wheel and hit the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I'm saying is the reason why I'm providing all this different context, yeah?
Yeah.
You see, if you threaten somebody's life, I'm not showing you no sympathy if something like that happens to you. You threaten somebody's life and you die, you got what you was asking for.
Well, something similar happened in America. I don't know if you know about NBA Ben 10.
I know exactly. Oh my God, the Ben 10 challenge.
NBA Ben 10.
Have you seen the Ben 10 challenge, bro?
For those who don't know, NBA Ben 10 allegedly under the orders of J Prince Jr. or whatever. Yeah, allegedly under his orders, went to go and rob. What's his name? All-Star JR. All-Star, yeah, anyway. JR All-Star or something, yeah. And somehow he's got his gun taken off him and he's got shot and apparently he's paralyzed and it's just a mad one. Do you know what I mean? And so, yeah, and a lot of people are saying, you know what, you know what I mean? He got what he deserved.
Oh, no, he definitely got what he came for. I'm not taking any sides, but I am Team All-Star JR in the situation that happened.
Yeah.
And I don't have a horse in the race on either side. What I'm saying is, you see me talk about natural selection all the time and people getting what they're asking for.
Yeah.
And I'm somebody who takes great, deep satisfaction from people getting what they're asking for when they're playing or messing with people that ain't troubling them.
Exactly, because you know he was chilling with a girl, having dinner in a restaurant.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like he was out in a club and they got into a fight or anything like that. He was just minding his own business.
And then when he see the fuck, he left. He was attempting to leave.
Mm-mm.
He wasn't shocked. He's just like, raw. Yeah, okay, I got static with them guys. I'm here with the team. Let me just take her home so that I don't have her to defend as well while I'm trying to. The smart thing that any man would do in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Like, raw, if you're by yourself, if you're that kind of guy, you're more likely to buck up if you're by yourself and whatever happens. But you got a woman with you. We're protectors first, and we're gonna say, you know what? Let me get out of there, man. Because if anything happens to this girl because she's with me, then that's her next thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be blamed for it. So let's just get this out of there. He's attempting to leave, and they tried to intercept him and rob him and take his chain, and they rushed him as well. And while they were rushing him, somebody dropped a gun. All-Star JR picked it up and started letting people have the lava and lightning, fam. I think he emptied the clip. It wasn't a full clip, but what was in there, I think he emptied it on them still.
No.
Stood over, man.
Yeah.
Finish him and it jammed the boy. Oh no, it never jammed. He was out of shots by then. Remember, he's getting rushed by a man, you know. certain other man was strapped and he let them have it.
He turned the situation round.
Man was on some John Wick business, fam.
Trust me.
If he came into that situation unarmed, rude boy, you understand, against multiple assailants. Now they got his chain, but my man walked away with his life and his reputation firmly intact.
Yeah, and he
That
was
was
dropping
an L for
tunes.
the other side, bro.
He was dropping tunes days later.
Bro, have you seen the Ben 10 challenge, bro?
Oh no! You know what? Oh my god!
Oh my god! Have you seen the video when he said, "All right, now lay your bitch ass down"?
Yeah, nah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, man.
That shit had me in stitches. I'm still dying over that.
And the worst thing is with the Ben 10 challenge, it's gone viral.
Bro,
viral.
Bro, he used the thing, yeah. He did it the right way. Yeah. There's things that he could have done better, but he did it the right way, yeah. He used the momentum of it because he had a tune already. It's not really a diss tune.
Yeah, of course. The tune's actually a good tune as well.
Bro, I haven't even really listened to it, but you know what? He's using that as the theme tune for the Ben 10 challenge. He's smart, bro. He's using the momentum.
It's a bit mad. It's just a bit mad.
Have you actually seen what the Ben 10 challenge is? I've
definitely seen the Ben 10 challenge. I just find it mad. I just think like cool, innit? Like that's where things are at, innit? But
have you seen All-Star JR do it though?
I've seen him do it.
You see the part, yeah? When he said, all right, now lay your bitch ass down. Yeah, just like this, yeah. Lay your bitch ass down.
Yeah, no. That's what you call twisting the knife, man. You know what I mean? That's twisting the knife.
Bro, what do you think I would be doing?
Bro, don't get me wrong. Like you said, I ain't got a dog in this race, so I'm not.
Bro,
I like the NBA Youngboys music and that camp. And
I don't listen to none
and All-Star JR. I've only just started listening to him, but I actually think his music's dope as well.
I don't listen to none of these guys, bro.
Yeah, some of it I'll listen to. Do you know what I mean?
But what I will say is that I deliberately don't listen to it. I don't want to hear this shit, man. That's just me, bro. Everyone has their own taste. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I listen. There's some ignorant shit that I love. I just don't. It's just not them. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And the ignorant shit that I love is no better. So I'm not acting like I'm on some holier than thou shit. I'm just like, I kind of got a thing against listening to retards rap.
Well, the one thing I've noticed, yeah, like NBA Youngboy, he's the voice of a particular generation that I'm not in.
Pays attention to tap in, especially when we got grown up kids as well.
But even if I was young, I wouldn't be that. You get me? I wouldn't be his type of audience. You know what I mean? I'll be more like listening to K Flock. You get me? And Pop
Smoke to corny shit like Lana Del Rey and all that. She loves Beyonce.
Yeah.
But her thing is going to see the artist live. She likes going to concerts and stuff, and she's been to a few. So fair enough. You know what I mean? Like she really does love her music, and she likes to go and see her people then perform live and that. Fine. I ain't got nothing against that. You know, I don't want my daughter being flipping misled by Beyonce, the witch, Beyonce the witch and all that shit. But I'll just let her know what the industry's about. So enjoy it for entertainment, but don't deify these people. Remove yourself from being a fan. Don't give them your energy. You understand? Because a lot of these people, yeah, you know what I mean? They're here to corrupt you. You know what I'm saying?
But there ain't nothing special about Beyonce's music. Do you know what I mean? People can say what they want. It don't mean she, you know what I mean? There ain't nothing special about Beyonce's music. You know, what you're dealing with people under mass hypnosis. Yeah, so that's what you're dealing with. And it's the same with Michael Jackson. But don't get me wrong, Michael Jackson had the music to back it up. Michael Jackson had the music to back up his mass hypnosis. But Michael Jackson,
I love Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson's music. Michael Jackson, like, you see when people say separate the art from the artist, right? With Michael Jackson, you can do that because everyone knows Michael Jackson's music. And we can sit there and say, you know what, Michael Jackson, yeah, we can say his music was good, but we don't know too much about what he was alleged to have done, but we know enough to say that, you know what, we ain't really, you know what I mean, we ain't bigging up Michael Jackson as a person too tough. We're not discounting any good thing good he done. We're not sitting there saying, oh, Michael Jackson was someone special or someone great. Yeah, because he wasn't. He was just somebody who had talent. And now to get talent, from what I've been looking into, or what I know anyway about music and all the occult stuff linked to music, talent isn't something you really have to go and, like, you can develop your talent, but talent is also something you can access in an instant, dealing with the certain, you see what I'm saying? So what people with Beyonce, even with stuff that they're dealing with, like alter egos and that, getting this Sasha Fierce to come into them.
Oh.
So when you're dealing with the music industry, that's what you're really dealing with. You're dealing with people that are possessed. You get me? And at the end of the day, the people that is possessed with demonic entities, yeah, these demonic entities are talented. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, they are talented. So we're not doubting the music quality is going to be good. You get me? Because we know behind it is a dark force. So we're not surprised that Michael Jackson is a dark person, because Michael Jackson is dealing with the highest level of, when it comes to these spirits that man's conjuring and summoning into themselves. Michael Jackson is basically summoning the spirit of Pan. You know that, innit?
Come on. And so was R. Kelly. Why do you think he was calling himself the Pied Piper?
You see what I'm saying? Because you see what I'm saying? Because these spirits as well now, you don't have to just go into one person. You understand? It can have its day with, it can have its couple decades with, and obviously who was R. Kelly? R. Kelly was literally the king of R&B.
Still,
like if you the king of soul. If you think about it, Michael Jackson was the peak of pop music. R. Kelly was the peak of soul. You get me?
The king of pop.
Yeah.
R&B.
Yeah, literally. So even if you look at the timeline, it would have made perfect sense when R. Kelly would have started. You know what I mean? So this was what
the king of early foundation hip hop.
You see what I'm saying? And like we were speaking about the other day, we were speaking about he was alleged to have gone to Egypt and consulted with certain. Do you know what I mean? I don't know too much about. Do you know what it is? I don't even know too much about Africa Bambaataa. I don't really know too much about him. I just know about his scandal. But if I was to look into it, I'm sure you'd find a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, African Bambaataa, he is who he is in terms of the industry and all of that kind of stuff. However, yeah, we have to remember is that we're not going to make comparisons between people messing with male or female children who are not supposed to be sexualized or exposed to any kind of sexual contact at all. They are supposed to learn and play and enjoy the freedom of not having to pay any bills and enjoy the freedom of childhood and innocence. Right? You see, the second that you traumatize a child in certain type of ways, especially sexually, you've stolen their innocence. That's it. They immediately almost become 10 years older. They've aged. Because now you've do you understand? You've stolen their innocence. Now they are already cynical. They already know the dark side of the world at such a young, tender age now. They're fucked up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this could be through other types of abuse, not just sexual. You understand? But sexual is one of the most heinous, because these are minors who have not yet reached the age of sexual maturity.
So what do you think of Wacko Jacko then? Do you think he was innocent or guilty?
I like to be very specific because I want to make it very clear that no matter how much I love Michael Jackson, I'm not in that world. But I've seen that. I've seen enough of it to know how demonic and how dark it is. I've seen enough of Michael Jackson's music videos and certain things that he's done to see some demonic and dark shit in there. So he's part of it as well. My favorite rappers for the most part, that are that were commercially successful, they're all part of it as well. So what I'm saying is that I've dug and I've checked it out, but there's no real concrete evidence that he did anything. There's a lot of debunking, but what I will say is that at no point is there any reason, no matter how big your bed is and how much distance there is a man to have any children in his bed that's not his.
Yeah.
You understand? If those are not your biological children, and those white children are not his biological children, bro, is you cannot produce Caucasian children, Michael.
Well, you know what it is? This is what I found a bit strange, yeah. So we can accept these are not his children. So you had to source those children from somewhere. Yeah. Let's keep it real. You had to source them children. Like like if I went off, right? I turned up with 2 blonde Finnish children, Scandinavian looking children.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
These are my kids, yeah? Calm, yeah?
I'm at terror. Are you okay, bro? No, come, let's have a talk. Let's have a talk.
But you get me? Like, what's even more mad, yeah? And this is not me to say man was innocent or guilty, yeah? Like, I got my own opinion on what I think. I don't even have to say it. I might say it still, but
you might as well, because I told you what mine is.
But you know, this is
because the thing is, if you feel so comfortable doing that, what else do you feel comfortable doing, Michael?
Well, what I find
what do you feel comfortable doing?
Who sold you them kids? Who sold a man them kids? Do you know what I mean? And whilst they sold him the kids, yeah, they did realize he was going through multiple trials. He had multiple lawsuits on him for molesting children, right? Molesting other people's children. And I'm not obviously saying anything like my man molested his kids or anything, but didn't it raise any alarms that someone was going to sell him 2 children who've got obviously no biological connection to him at all? Where is the mum and the dad?
It's not, yeah, I mean, there's surrogacy. You understand what I'm saying? And one of the sperm donors was alleged to be Michael Jackson's bodyguard, a white man.
Yeah.
The women, what is it? Is it 3 children that he's supposed to have?
And who was the mum then?
A white woman.
And who is she in the picture?
Look, I don't even remember all of that, but I do know that all you don't have no black baby mothers or even slightly melanated baby mothers.
Well, it's not. Well, what you've just, I didn't know any of this. What you've just explained to me is another cuck situation. So basically, he has his missus, and his missus wants a kid, or they want to have a kid, and he tells his bodyguard to. So his bodyguard is basically run through the wife.
I don't know that. What I'm saying is the rumors and suspicions.
Oh, that's the suspicion. Okay,
he's the father of the child. I don't know if he's the father of both or the father of one of them, and if he got somebody else to be. But what I'm saying is these are white children.
Yeah.
Let me get my white, not just regular white. They are white children, bro. One of them, the girl, I think, has blue eyes.
Yeah, but she said that she is a black woman. That's what she said.
And the thing is that melanated people are far too accepting of this kind of bullshit and welcoming. But we got enough common sense to know those are not Michael's kids, because we remember what Michael really looks like.
Yeah, but I think
black with a big nose.
But I think with the kids, from their perspective, they're just looking at it like, that's my dad. My dad is a black American.
They've never known him to be black.
They haven't, but the facts of the matter is they go to see their grandparents and their uncles, and it's all Joe Jackson and Tito and all them lot. Do you see what I'm saying? So not to say that makes.
Have you seen how weird Jermaine and Tito and all his brothers are? Like, bro, these aren't like, they're not the same people that they were when they were living in Gary, Indiana, bro.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And there's things to that effect as well. Because remember what I said to you. I am more forgiving of people who were sold into the industry as children
Of course,
than I
because he
am of
really had a
adults
chance.
of sound mind who came into the industry and were willing to pay the price to be in it because they do anything.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm.
Yeah. So there's different levels, and because of the fact that Michael Jackson's own father, yeah, is alleged to have allowed white promoters to bomb his sons.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Joe
No
Jackson
way.
selling his sons batty all them. Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
Oh my God.
You would
So
have thought that Joe
is
Jackson
that
would
why?
have
Is
been
that why
none
he
of
hated
that.
his dad so much? Is that what it is? Because he
Why do
really
you think
hated.
the sister was fucked up and became a porn star?
Yeah, because he really. Because I always used to think people would be like, "Oh, Michael Jackson, yeah, he hates his dad. His dad was so bad." And I was thinking, what did his dad do? And they were like, he beat him. And I said, yeah, but mate, he beat a millionaire out of him, a multi-millionaire out of him. What's wrong with that? And it's like,
Bro,
oh,
do you know
fair
what the
enough.
wickedest thing is?
Yeah.
I saw a meme a few years back here, and I'll never forget it. Joe Jackson, the first man to successfully beat the black of his child. I heard that phrase before growing up. I'll
No
beat the
way.
black off your ass.
Oh God.
Yeah, for misbehaving and acting up. But Joe Jackson is the first man to actually do that in real life. Nigga beat the melanin out of that.
Yeah. Well,
Beat
mate,
him into vitiligo.
yeah, I
And then
thought for a long time. I thought for a long time Michael Jackson was a bit ungrateful. And then I watched the movie and I watched a couple documentaries and I followed it, you know what I mean? And I realized, okay, but I didn't know about Joe Jackson letting these, you know what I mean? I didn't know
I
about
found
that,
out
but it makes more sense in that respect because people, you know what it is? You know when people are trying to tell black people about beatings, they're trying to say, oh, it was I was beaten. And it's like, you know, I was physically abused. And then they explain it, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a standard practice in the black household when the
No,
kids
but
are
you see, the
acting
thing
up.
is this, yeah.
The belt across, you know, and then once you get the belt across your back or the belt across the back of your legs, yeah. So, but
And that's minor. Do you
yeah,
understand what I'm saying? That's
and
not
I don't get me wrong, the licks Michael Jackson was getting in the movie, I don't think I would have wanted them, to be honest. They're not the kind of licks I would have personally wanted myself. Do you know what I mean?
Put it this way, yeah. I don't beat none of my children. I don't think beating my children or anyone else's children is necessary, and I'm against it. I'm against it. I got way too much beating as a child, and most of it never even came from my own mom and dad.
Yeah.
It came from people who had no rights to be putting their hand on.
Random people. Yeah, no, that's the problem. That's the problem in that's one thing. You see, that's one thing in the Caribbean community, in Caribbean culture, is certain things, yeah, that I have found in the Caribbean culture that are not running in my life today. Do you know what I mean? Certain
And the
aspects.
thing is as well, what we need to get off the idea, yeah, that Jamaican, particularly Jamaican culture, because I can't speak for the rest of the small island then, but I know that Caribbean culture, it's not just a thing where we just beat our children like that. It's not like that. For the most part, Jamaican people do not beat their children like that, fam. We course them up and shame them into fixing up most of the time, bro. Might give them a little drapes, a little bad up, and make them feel a little embarrassment to fix up. More time is the option that we choose over brutality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And going back further, obviously the beating was more prominent. But I know people who are older than me whose parents never beat them, and they turned out to be perfectly balanced, decent people who produced well-behaved children themselves. So beating isn't necessary.
Yeah, because the beatings weren't a lot of the time. The beatings weren't because of the child's behavior. The beating had more to do with the parents' frustration. Yeah, and like you said as well, you was traveling from London to New York to Jamaica. Yeah, there was a lot of kids in the 80s and the 90s that was doing that. yeah, getting sent here, getting sent ahead. You get me? You get sent ahead of your parents, or your parents go and they send for you, and you get left with this person. So there was a lot of that going on. You see what I'm saying? So like you said, people who had no right to touch you, yeah, like you might have, you get me, it could be a family friend or something like that.
No family friends, but
or
people in the family, but not my mum and dad.
Yeah, like of course. But yeah, so and it gets like that. Do you know what I mean? It gets like that. It's that level of, and I think a lot of these people was angry people, bruv. Let's have it right, and that's the
I'm gonna tell you straight what it is. In most cases of of parents beating their children, it's a parent's failure to properly communicate with their child.
Yeah.
And you need to understand that, all right, when my eldest challenges me, I don't beat her. I'll tell you what I do. When she challenges me, I just step back. You're going to feel the consequences of being out of order when I just stop doing the things that I do. Until you remember who it is that you're talking to. And I just cancel whatever plans we had. I just cancel whatever plans we had. Yeah, that iMac that I was upgrading for you, cancel. Because you've been testing my gangster far too many times, so yeah, cancel. Forget about that. So she never got that upgrade. And then when she upgraded to a M1 Apple Silicon Mac Mini, she had to pay for that. I sourced it for her, got it cheap for her, got £30 if it whatnot, got it at a great price and all that, but she had to pay for that out of her own pocket. She was gonna get this 2017 MacBook Pro that I got in front of me. Yeah, that was for her. But she got 2 out of order. So after investing in herself and showing me she was willing to invest in herself, I told her, give me £50 and you can have my old 2015 MacBook Pro. It's still competent for what you need to do. Now, £50, you can't get that for that. But because she invested in herself, I gave her the opportunity to do that because I was going to sell it anyway. But she could have had a 2017 with 16 gig of RAM in it. She's sabotaged herself in those kind of things by challenging me. And I made her feel it. She was bawling. Then she realized that man removed certain things from the table. Yeah, the same kind of bawling should be bawling if I beat her ass, but I didn't have to use physical or capital punishment. Do you understand what I'm saying, fam?
Corporal punishment. That's what it is.
I just cancel things.
Yeah. Because a lot of the whole beating thing, like you said, a lot of it, especially in the Caribbean, it come directly from slavery, and it come from people, you know, who don't hear must feel, and all of these sorts of things. And don't get me wrong, I ain't against beatings. I just think it's grown adults that need beatings. Do you know what I mean?
Right. No, I'm against the beating of children.
So the same way, don't get me wrong, I believe in getting a beating as a punishment or getting a beating as correction. But it's something you got to dish out to adults, not to kids. And
right.
This is what we've got things mixed around with in society. You know what I mean? We're letting adults do whatever unchecked, and then we're getting on the youngs. Do you know what I mean? We're getting on the kids for doing the most minor thing, getting a slap, but we're not going to fucking slap a fucking man for smoking crack on the bus. Do you understand? We're not going to smack a man for
in the child's playground
to an auntie. Do you understand? And that's what it is. You know, and you know where that come from? You know where this beating the kids thing come from? Yeah. I reckon it come more from the Jamaicans, yeah, when they come to England, yeah, and they felt say, oh, you have to hold it down, because don't go out there and get into any problems with any.
No, it's coming directly from the plantations in Jamaica.
Well, boy, because at the end of the day, yeah,
coming directly, the beating
at the end of the day,
directly from the plantations in Jamaica.
Okay, but I think even in the UK now, that the generation, a few generations of the black community trying to keep his head down.
100%. That applies as well, but
yeah,
that's where the Jamaican beating of children came from. The Jamaican beating of children came from slave plantations and slavery.
Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, 100%.
They know, yeah, they understand. Then now, when they come over here now, it was dangerous. So we had like our forefathers had to do a lot to keep their children in line.
You did.
You didn't want them bringing police to the house because it wasn't like today.
Mm-hmm.
It was different. If police have to come to your house because of one of your picnic, you're not safe.
Mm. They're coming to get you.
Your family's not safe there.
It's true, you're right.
And my auntie Cherry Gross is testament to that. The police ran up in her yard looking for her son, shot her in the back.
Mm.
And she lived to be old, but to her later, she was in a wheelchair. And when they did the post-mortem examination, they found that she did die from complications related to that gunshot wound, bro.
Yeah.
Even though it was decades later, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, my friend's dad, he got shot in New York, and he died later from cancer caused by the copper being, because the bullet was in his body. Do you know what I mean? So, and he weren't a roadman, he was a scientist. You understand? He just got shot during a robbery. And
imagine that.
That's what I'm saying.
Scientist. Do you know that for the average scientist who actually works as a scientist, they do about 8 to 10 years of study, you know?
Mm. Yeah.
And that's like on average. Some are doing all 15. Do you know how many degrees that is?
Mm.
Of complex science and mathematics, big man. Not no joke team.
Jamaican man as well. He's a Jamaican man. You get me? So.
And then somebody just, you understand what I'm saying, fam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And can you imagine, we don't have any idea who it is that shot him.
Mm.
Yeah? But the likelihood of that being someone who's equally put in that amount of work is very low.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is the truth.
The likelihood of it being some fucking lowlife who's just a scum of the earth doing that and taking away one of the brilliant minds in society. And
this is why we got to do these sorts of things, these sorts of podcasts, because what happens in a lot of cases, yeah, we end up arguing with people. We end up online, we end up arguing with people, and we're arguing with people. I don't even want to mention any names, yeah, because you might have some, you got some of them on your friends, your Facebook, yeah. I'm blocked by them, yeah, but even some of these,
you can say the names that you want to say, fam.
Yeah, it's all right. Some of these, the thing is, some of these people haven't actually got anything going on. See what I'm saying? So they haven't.
Man don't even want to make them famous.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's like, you know, if you had something going on, I could maybe you bounce off of it, you know what I mean? But some of these people have actually got nothing going on, and it gets to the point where it's like, okay, we're all grown adults now. You know what I mean? We've had a mess around online. We've had a laugh and a joke, but now it's at a point where we're going to be seriously arguing with people who, you know what I mean? Like some of these people I know personally, innit? So, you know, it's not like I just know them on Facebook. I know how these people are living, bruv. I'm not the sort of person to go out there and to shame people for how they're living or anything like that or whatever. But the facts is the matter. The facts is the facts, innit? And it's like, you know, you got to differentiate. You got to differentiate, you know, the people who are just online because they've got nothing better to do. They're sitting there whilst their kids are at nursery or whatever. And then they're, you know what I mean? And they're literally there to take up your time and your energy. They're literally there to, do you know what I mean? And then
one has to really be careful and be mindful, of the energy vampires and giving them attention, fam.
You get me? Because they're mixed, they're weaved in with, you know, a lot of people. So some of the people that I actually deal with, they're also mixed in with them. You know what I mean? And yeah, you've got to be, you know what I mean? A lot of people, they're fighting for the oxygen, but then it's like they don't really have anything to offer.
I'll be like, the thing is this, yeah. Most of the people that run their mouth to me on social media would not be the slightest loss to society.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Even to the shadow realm tomorrow.
Yeah.
Society would lose nothing.
Yeah. Well,
and in a lot of their cases, the world is better off without them.
Well, this is what I try and explain to people. It's like, it's like mate, you're no great asset to anything. You know what I mean? Many of us aren't. Many of us aren't. You know what I mean? Many of us are just here. That's just the facts of the matter. We are just here.
All I can say is this: if I die today, there's some hungry people that won't eat this week.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying, family? That's one thing that I can say. If I die today, there's a few hungry people that won't eat.
Yeah.
Understand? For
majority of people, if they drop down dead, you know what? No one would even notice for a few days.
No one, bro, and nothing. The society wouldn't miss anything. There's nobody who's hungry that would eat if they were still alive. There's nobody,
and you know what? The society won't miss anything because even their close circle wouldn't even miss anything. You see what I'm saying? So if their close circle ain't benefiting, definitely the wider society ain't benefiting from them. You see what I'm saying?
I'm just sitting down thinking to myself, yeah. Because as we're talking about mortality and all these kind of things, I'm thinking to myself, all right, suppose that the Most High did not grant me the breath of life tomorrow. I know that the vast majority of people at my funeral, because I wouldn't have any control over it. The vast majority of the people at my funeral, I wouldn't even want there.
Yeah, of course. They would be there. Basically, your funeral will be there. That's when the vultures.
People speaking, saying that we're friends, and I'm telling you this right now on the air. I don't have no friends.
Yeah.
I have the family that I chose, which includes some of the family that I'm related to by blood, and other people that I consider my family that I love dearly, that are not biologically connected to me, but they're my family. I love them still. I consider those my brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles. You understand what I'm saying? I consider those people my family. Yeah, but I don't have no friends. Yeah. Everyone that I really considered to be my friend either revealed themselves not to be, not necessarily through doing anything, just revealed themselves not to really be my friend. You understand? And others turned out to be snakes in the grass, backstabbers. You understand? So after going through that enough times, and remember what my childhood was like, a lot of people who are friends, for the most part, they come up from at least primary school. Their parents known each other their whole lives, whatnot. I don't come from that kind of thing. Every time I made friends from those early ages, within 2 to 3 years, boom, I'm in another country.
Yeah.
Even though I still have a lot of some of these friends that I made in different countries or whatnot, that we do go back to childhood or whatever, it's not exactly a friendship where we're still in touch. We check each other out. We holler at each other from time to time. Even some of my high school class added me to the group chat because I went to high school in Jamaica. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. They added me to the group chat. I'm not really that active in there because I was only classmates with them for 2 years, but it still felt good to be included because our class, most of us got along. These were my boys. And it feels good to still have the group chat and they feel, no, we need to bring Mark. It was around the time that my father passed away. Get me, and one of my classmates, he must have just hollered at me. We tap in with each other from time to time. Like, well, go on, fam, rare test the latest with you. Boom, boom, boom. And I must have shown, he's like, raw, you're right, Reba. I'm like, yeah, man. Of course it hurts. I love my dad, but I'm gone. You know them way there. And he added me to the group chat and just said, no, man, I'm going to add you to the group chat, man. I said, yo, everybody, welcome 007, because that's what they used to call me, you get me?
Well, like the nicknames they give you in Jamaica are funny. Yeah. 007.
No, it started, yeah, because, you know, when man went to high school, first year, freshman year of high school, you know, we're introducing ourselves to all of our teachers that come in the class and whatnot. I didn't do it with every single teacher, but with a couple of them. I did it with like 2. I didn't rinse it to a 3rd teacher, but when they asked to stand up and say my name, I used to say, the name's Bond.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
With
the English accent.
Yeah, super white man English accent. You get me? Class used to die. Even the teachers used to laugh. And they're like, all right, come on. Yeah. Mark me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. And, you know, it was a good little icebreaker, man. Like, you have to remember that teachers who really love children, they love the little cheek and mischief in children as long as it's not disrespectful and it's measured.
Yeah.
They love to see kids being kids and having that little, you know, cheeky and the confidence to do it as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, I got along with my teachers for the most part, but that's how I earned that. So I was Bondo for the most part, man. They used to just call me 007. But like in high school, I was a problem as well, man. I was a problem as well. If she was a hot girl, I was on her, man. You understand what I'm saying? I was on her, bro. If she was hot, I was on her, man. You know what I mean? Even so, I had the audacity. Even certain girls in like the next year above, in the next 2-3 years above. I used to try to drop my lyrics, fam. They wouldn't have it, yeah. But some of them really did like me as well. They'd be like, boy, it's a shame, man. You get me? Using the same, yeah, then boy, like, you know what? It's cool. It's cool. You can hang. You get me? You can hang. And so some of the older girls used to come down to my class and come get me at lunchtime. And that was a good look for me because I'd be walking around in the entourage of the hottest girls in school. When a lot of men didn't even have access to them to be able to have a conversation. And what do you think that did for me when it came to girls my own age? It did a lot for me. It did a lot for me, bro. It did a lot for me. I'm walking around with girls 10 times hotter than you. You better talk to me nice. You see, when I say what's your number, you better just write it down. Don't even give me no long cocky out. Just write it down. You understand? Boy, I believe in my father, and no man can't call my yard. I'm like, is it? All right, well, here's my number. You call me, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just be chatting beer lyrics to the girl and for sweet them still. Yeah, 14, 15, 16, man was, yeah. I was just about to turn 16 when I left. 13, 14, 15, I was on the phone macking. 007, they used to call me 007 because of the way that I was moving with the girl them as well. You get me? And I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was high school. I've got great memories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Great memories. At that point, I weren't getting no beating again.
But man, I'm gonna have to shut off the thing now, you know, man, because I can't sit in this position anymore. Forget me. I've got to go and sort these dogs out as well. They're gonna wake up.
Say no more. Say no more. I need to go out and get a couple more 1,000 steps in as well to get my 18K.
I hear that. I need to move as well.
But it was good, man. Again,
yeah,
I hope the audience understands that this is never a structured podcast. We do semi-structured things, but these are just the conversations that we have in private.
Yeah.
We talk about things that affect the world.
That's it.
And impact the world. And have the honest conversations and ask the questions people ain't asking and highlight the things that need to be highlighted. So it's just conversations that we're having to get you to ask questions as well. Questions that you might not have thought to ask.
Exactly.
You see it. So this is Brixton Jesus signing out.
Yes,
I didn't change my name at the bottom of the thing this time, but I will next time.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, we're gonna link up again, Rude Boy. We're gonna link up.
Come on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, 100%.
Stay away from fear of missing out. Don't have that. Create your own fulfillment in life. Nobody has anything that you cannot attain for yourself if you're willing to work hard and sacrifice for it. Blood, sweat, and tears, blood sacrifices. Yeah. Understand? Hello?